See, you study Lamarckism, you study Darwinism, although not in the chronological sequence, I am just giving you the critiques. Here you just see the critique of Weismann, right? Although Weismann's theory came after Darwin, ऐसा नहीं है that his theory was before Darwin, I am not saying, so I am just giving you the caution that I am not going chronologically. I am just giving you the essence of things, that who criticized who, right? So Darwin, this theory is in 1883 and 92 he wrote a book, right? Darwin's hypothesis cannot provide the factors, first thing, right? Mutation can be one factor for bringing variation, right? So here you can just take this theory of mutation, which is in 1900 something, given by De Vries, right? Then there were many neo-Darwinians, right? Like Fisher, Sewell Wright and all these people, Haldane, right? They gave this neo-Darwinism, or you can say which was later clubbed with synthetic theory. This synthetic theory, it combines, यहाँ पे Mendelian genetics भी आ गया था, right? Mendelian genetics and Darwinian principle of natural selection, it was combined here in synthetic theory. Okay, this was later on criticized by this punctuated equilibrium theory of Stephen Jay Gould, right? Which says that, what this says, Darwinism and synthetic theory says that evolution is gradual, right? It is the gradual process of change, whereas this punctuated equilibrium theory says that there is sudden jump and equilibrium, sudden jump and equilibrium, right? That is why you can say that explains why fossil records are missing in between, isn't it? That explains somehow. So it was punctuated equilibrium theory is here after this, right, in criticism, and this theory was here, right? Now, see, before synthetic theory and after Darwinism, when this mutation hypothesis came, there were some scholars like these neo-Darwinists, right? Here we have neo-Darwinism, which was later, you can say, become the theme of synthetic theory itself. In neo-Darwinism, there were three prominent thinkers, right? Sewell Wright, Fisher, and Haldane, right? These are the three. There are more also, right? These three says that not mutation, rather natural selection is the main driving force for evolution. So what they did, they rejected mutation hypothesis, right? What they say, that natural selection is the main driving mechanism. I am repeating all of these things because I don't want to confuse you people, just telling you that how this theory evolved, right? थोड़ा सा idea होना चाहिए, so that अगर कुछ आए तो किसने किसको criticize किया, है ना? We can use that fodder for explaining our answer, right? दोबारा बताता हूँ, Lamarckism है, Lamarckism से पहले क्या होता था? Special creation hypothesis, divine hypothesis, वो सब hypothesis थे, right? And they have no basis. All of scientific evidences rejects that, right? Okay, Lamarckism, it has its own critiques, right? On all the four principles, we criticize that. Then Weismann criticized specifically that germplasm hypothesis that he gave, right? Later on, Darwinism came. Darwin gave much better scientific explanation, right? What was that? That there is prodigality of overproduction, right? Then he says that there is competition, right? There are variations, right? The variation can be favorable or unfavorable. The favorable variations are accepted, and unfavorable जो है, they will be discontinued. That favorable variation, it helps in adaptation, and adaptation is the pre-stage of evolution of new species, right? Am I clear? वो diagram आपके mind में clear हो गया? Okay, so यहाँ पे जो mutation hypothesis was criticized by Darwinian, neo-Darwinists, right? and later on with combination of Mendelian genetics, this mutation theory, population dynamics, right, and this population genetics, they combine to give this genetic theory, which have two parts. One explains the variation occurrence, that what causes these variations, and the other explains the natural selection, right. So this is the two things. It was criticized by punctuated equilibrium, which this theory was given by Stephen J. Gould and Niles Aldrich. Stephen J. Gould is a very famous biologist and biological historian of this USA, right, and Aldrich, Niles Aldrich. स्टीफन जे गाउल्ड को याद रख लोगे बहुत है, एक इंसान को भी याद रख लिया बहुत है, इतना ज़्यादा वी आर नॉट